So in order to do your tea shot, there are a few things you will need. First and foremost, you're gonna need your testosterone. It comes in this cute little vial. I am taking testosterone cypionate, and I do 200 milligrams per milliliter, but your concentration will depend on what your doctor gives you. You're going to need 2 alcohol prep pads, one to clean the testosterone jar, the other to clean the area of your skin where you will be injecting. You're going to need 3 sterile components. So this is a 25 gauge needle. This is what you're injecting with. This is a 20 gauge needle. This is what you're drawing up the tea with. And this is your syringe. This is what you're using to draw up the tea. Finally, you're gonna need a sharps collector to safely dispose of all of your needles. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my testosterone jar and my alcohol prep pad, and I'm just gonna clean the top of the alcohol prep pad to make sure that all the germs are gone, because this is where I'm going to be inserting the needle, and I don't want those germs on my needle. Next, I'm going to take my syringe and my 20 gauge needle. So I'm gonna attach the 20 gauge needle into my syringe, just like that. While the cap is on, I'm going to draw up an amount of air that is equivalent to my dosage. So my dosage is 0.4 milliliters, so I'm gonna draw up 0.4 milliliters of air. Now you're gonna take your jar again, you're going to carefully remove the cap off the needle, and you are going to place the needle into the jar while the jar is upside down. Then you are going to push the air into the jar. Now, while the jar is upside down, you're going to pull up the dosage of tea that your doctor recommends for you into the syringe. Once you have the correct dosage, you're going to very carefully put the cap back on the needle, making sure that your fingers do not touch the needle. Now we're gonna switch to our 25 gauge needle, and we're going to put this 20 gauge needle in our sharps container. So you just twist off the needle and put it in your sharps container. Twist on your 25 gauge needle. Before you actually inject your tea, you wanna make sure you get all the air bubbles out, so just give it a quick flick. Make sure all the air bubbles float to the top. And now we're gonna inject. You can pretty much inject your tea anywhere where there's extra fat on your body. I like to do mine in my stomach. So you're gonna take that other alcohol prep pad. You're gonna pick a place where you have a little extra fat, pinch it real good, and just clean that area off. You make sure that you don't let go of the area that you just cleaned, or you could lose it. Once the alcohol has dried, you're gonna take the cap off the needle and just go ahead and inject your tea. It goes kind of slow, but that's okay. Once all of the tea is injected, you're gonna wanna unpinch and then remove the needle. Put the cap back on, put your needle in your sharps container. And when you're done with all that, you get to live another day in a body that feels more like yours.